You want to see some stuff about fucking what's her name, Jasleen Singh? Do you guys want to see some stuff about Akash wife Singh? Akash Singh's wife. Akash wife Singh. Do you guys want to see some stuff about Akash's wife? Of course you do. Too easy to try. New video just dropped. Akash Singh tries to defend his wife and fails miserably. Let's go.
Yeah, keep going on this. So husband gets on steroids. He gets fit.
The husband just got really screwed in the whole process.
He's also kind of like a dumb seeming guy, easily manipulated. He's so in love with his wife. He's like so cucked out. He just goes along with everything she wants.
Wow.
All right, so that was Akash around 8 months ago. This guy has no self-awareness and is in complete denial about his relationship, even though he basically just described it there. You know, his wife is manipulating him like crazy, and he's so obsessed with her and wants to be with her so badly. He'll put up with her humiliating him every day, making him look like a cuck, spending all his money, and destroying his career. And she has no shame about it.
Oh, look at the comments. Your wife is an L, bro. You deserve better. SMH. Another person, one of the most relevant Indian origin comics of our generation, is sadly the biggest joke now because of the seeds he planted 3 years ago and picking the wrong girl. Should not have lectured Myron like that without checking your own house first. Another one, who's your wife taking as a date to this show? That's so succinct and so clear. Who's your wife taking as a date to this show is brutal.
You know, the whole internet is cooking her husband because she keeps disrespecting him, and it seems like she couldn't care less, and honestly probably loves it. Like, she just adds more fuel to the fire every day. It's brutal. There's too much to even keep up.
She's back at it again, complaining how Akash does nothing because he's sick.
I mean, like this tweet says, his wife has done more damage to him than any enemy ever could.
Yep.
Like, she even addressed the controversy and doubled down and just said all her haters are jealous, broke losers. And she also had the audacity to say Akash spoiling her and spending a ton of money on her has had the best return on investment. She claims it makes his life better and her more supportive of him, probably because it just keeps her from throwing a temper tantrum. So the gaslighting here is on another level. You know, Akash has spent so much money on her, and in return, she's ruining his career. You know, she humiliates him every...
That's not a good picture, innit? Of him, innit? That's not a very complimentary picture of him, you know? I don't know if he looks like that all the time, but that picture is awful, right? That picture, and it also makes her look really old as well. Not older than what she is already. But this picture is not it's not a flattering picture for either person, I don't think. No one comes out of this looking good. No one comes out of this smelling like fucking, you know, Papa Doms or whatever. Like, this is not good.
Every day. She constantly makes fun of him. She says he smells bad. She won't kiss him on the lips. And she even hits on and fantasizes about other guys right in front of him. I mean, she has been so disrespectful to Akash, but yet she still has the nerve to go on her podcast and talk about how him spending a ton of money on her has been the best investment for him. And she really acts like this is a legit theory. Like, the more money you spend on your girl, the better your life will get. And she seriously says it's supported by Chinese physics. So she just sounds deranged, and imagine Akash having to listen to this every day. It's probably absolute torture. Like, no wonder this guy can't think straight. His brain is probably fried from this shit.
Because, like, where the fuck has chivalry gone? Yeah, where has chivalry gone? Like, why do these men who make $60,000 a year talking about gold diggers, you don't have any gold to dig? Because the guys that are...
Is that what chivalry means, though? Is that what chivalry means? She's like, what? Whatever. There's no point in making sense of nonsense.
Actually, in the 1% tax bracket, they want to do like the things that my husband and Nav are doing. They want to take care of women. They don't want us to be stressed. They want...
Yo, big up.
I can't wait for the day it's just me, Akash, and Kash Patel chilling in Valhalla.
Oh yeah, Kash Patel, another one. He's honeypot. His fucking honeypot wife definitely runs the house as well, right? He's got that wife that people think is a fucking Mossad agent, right? People think Kash Patel's lady is a Mossad agent. It's fucking hilarious, man. It's fucking hilarious. Indians are real damn bad, and the Indian guys are real damn bad. You guys need to lift yourselves up again. There needs to be a better Indian guy representation out there, bro.
to be in our divine, they want us to be in our divine feminine energy. I said that investing in your wife is the biggest ROI that you'll ever have. Investing in your wife is not a financial burden, because in Eastern physics, this is both in Chinese and like Indian physics and spirituality, like when you treat your wife like a princess or a queen, you spoil her, you give her stuff, you just let her be able to relax, she gets into this divine feminine energy, this divine feminine aura. In return, she starts taking care of you in a much better way. She's
okay, but you don't do that though. Let's agree with her narrative, right? Let's agree with her point of view. Let's accept what she's saying here, but you don't pay it back. If he gives you everything that you want monetarily, he provides you with the quote unquote soft life, you get to fucking experience things you probably wouldn't experience on your own, whatever your things are, you don't give anything to him back. That's why I said before, like, let's bring back fucking like proper gold digging. Proper gold digging had there was a bit of a value exchange. The guy that was getting dug, he was, you know, happy to do so, happy to let himself get dug up and shit, because he had a fucking trophy wife on his arm who would suck him off on command. You know, that's kind of the role that you play there. You're a trophy wife. You don't really have much of an opinion on anything that he does business wise or his social life, but if he wants you to go to an event with him, you must go. If he wants you to, you know, do adult stuff with him, you must do it. But in exchange, you also get to live an incredible life where you never hear a no. You know, you never hear the word no. But she wants to live a life where, like, she gets everything out of him but gets nothing back. It's kind of based in a way. There's kind of some boss bad B energy there in a way. But as the guy, it would make you wanna suck on a shotgun like it was a lollipop.
so emotionally supportive of you, because women are so strong in their EQ and how they can take care of men, and like that energy gets rewarded in the universe. It starts coming back to you. And
similar to what I said about if a girl starts talking to you about, if you have a lady who drinks energy drinks like a normal beverage, run. Also, I think if you have a lady that goes out of her way to mention energies and things like divine femininity and all of that gobbledygook, right? You better run too. I'm okay. I'm not gonna pay too much mind to astrology thing, because women love astrology. You can never get rid of that. Astrology to women is like, their religion in a way. So I'm not gonna get too hung up on that, because if I say don't date girls that are into astrology, you have to fuck guys, isn't it? Essentially, you have to go on the fucking, you just have to fuck fellas, because there's every girl believes in astrology. But this whole energy shit, count me out.
Can say I'm like a case in point example. Like even before my husband really started making money, he always would find little.
Because haven't you also noticed, like, the girls who mention energies usually have the worst energies? The ones who are always talking about red flags are a walking red flag, embodiment of a red flag, representation of a red flag, dictionary fucking definition of a red flag. So I don't know. I don't really want to hear the energy talk from a girl that has bad energy, Bad energy, stay far away. Be like Wizkid.
Ways to spoil me, even if it didn't cost that much in the beginning. And now, like, we've gone from like him buying me.
Yo, big up, take me to your leader. Tarot card chicks are hotter than you think. I never said they're not hot, my friend. That's what makes them so hard to turn down. I never said they're not hot. I just said, red flag, count me out. I never once said they're not hot. Don't mistaken me. We all know the energy girls, the tarot girls, the astrology kind of covers a broad remit. But let's just say the tarot reading girls and the fucking energy girls, they're usually one of them ones. I'm not saying they're not one of them ones, but I'm saying if you want peace in your life, you're gonna look away. You're gonna not touch, because they can fuck up your life. But I'm not saying they're not bad. Like, we all know, we all know.
Like AirPods or like Nike shoes to now like spending so much money at Miu Miu or Cartier or whatever. And I'm not saying that to be braggy. I'm saying that
yes, you are.
I've seen this principle like really, really work, and I truly believe that like a man that takes care of his wife is like blessed by the universe.
Yeah, I wonder why she would think that. Like, this lady's just a professional gaslighter. I mean, she's proven the exact opposite of that theory. Akash spent so much money on her, and she's just making his life a living hell. She's basically tearing him down to try to launch her own career. While
this tweet is brilliant, by the way. I don't think you can see it because my screen is cropped it, but this tweet is brilliant. The guy tweets above and says she's speaking at like 6 red flags a minute. That's an incredible line. 6 red flags a minute. It's fucking great.
still spending all his money, and Akash is just sitting back letting it happen. You know, like when all this stuff was exposed, they could have gotten ahead of it.
Another was, why would anyone buy tickets to any Akash show? You would just be paying for his wife's many purchases. That's from a woman, by the way, allegedly. Another person says, bro, take a short break from posting. You deserve better, man. Another one, your wife, SMH.
If his wife publicly apologized to Akash for disrespecting him and just said she's being sarcastic or doing a character or playing things up for attention, because there were some people defending her by saying that, and Akash probably wishes she did that, but of course he has no say in that relationship, and obviously if she walked things back, then it would ruin the career she's trying to build off of disrespecting him. So of course she doubled down and said she's just being herself and she's being open and free, and she brags about how many followers she has.
And like how they say, like, to be cringe is to be free. Like, okay, if you think I'm cringe, okay, to these red pill guys or these brown girl haters that think I'm cringe, I'm free though. I'm being myself.
So everyone that doesn't like what she has to say is a red pill guy or a brown girl hater. Have you heard that term before? What term is that? You mean a racist? Brown girl hater. What the fuck does that even mean? Have you heard that before? Brown girl hater.
And I have 160,000 followers now. I only started posting last year. Like, whatever you think, like, that's good fucking growth.
And
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Lady, do you not, like, does she not realize that she is actually damaging her ability to purchase nice things by the way she talks about this guy online and shit? And by how annoying she's coming across? Doesn't she realize that she's maybe doing some irreversible damage to the guy's brand, which is going to damage her ability to buy nice things? Forget your followers. Don't you want nice things? But maybe this is the world we live in. Maybe people don't want followers. Maybe people don't want money. They just want the followers and the clout. Because maybe deep down, there's this belief that the followers and the clout will actually turn into money. You can convert that into hard cash. I don't know. Seems like an odd tactic to me.
Akash addressed the controversy too at one of his shows, and of course he's just simping out for her, which I get, it's his wife and he wants to defend her, but she would never do the same for him. I mean, like I said, she could have tried to walk things back, which would have helped, and I'm sure it's what Akash wanted her to do, but she doesn't give a shit about what he says. So this guy's down bad. I mean, the way his wife talks about him compared to the way he talks about her, it's just sad to see. I mean, he tries to tell this story to prove that she's not a gold digger by talking about how she was with him through everything and she even stuck by him when he went broke. But it turns out he's leaving out some parts and he's exaggerating to try to make her look better, because she tells a different story. You know, Akash is like, I went broke in 2018 and she stuck by me. But she said she left him and went to India when he went broke. So of course he left that part out. And then also he said when they first started dating, he wasn't making any money. But he's admitted before he was making 6 figures and he was on some MTV shows.
Jesus
so
Christ.
He wasn't making a ton of money, but he was doing all right and he was getting publicity. But then he said the shows were canceled, and in 2018 he...
Akash, sir, why did you redeem it?
I'm still not sure why. I'm not too sure how he got himself in the situation. I don't know if this is just his first girlfriend or if this is his first hot girlfriend in his head. Because I also don't think she's that hot. I think people kind of over gas her as well. I think her personality brings her down many points. But I wonder if or maybe both things are true. Maybe she's also the first and the hottest girl he's ever been with. So his brain is just frazzled. He can't really see the wood for the trees. I don't know. I'm not really sure what's happened.
Barely made any money, even though him and Schultz had started flagrant at that point and Schultz's career was really blowing up. So even though Akash didn't make much money that year, he knew that podcast was going to be successful and he'd be making money from it at some point. But
oh yeah, big up, what's that? Big up Uche. I just posted the clips of Bad Friends. Okay, let me just check this out then. Let's see what you're saying on here. What they're saying, where do you put his links? Big up Uche. Let's see this.
Yeah. Polygamy was common throughout history. Cousin marriages remain common throughout the world, particularly in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Still to this day, you can marry your cousin out there.
Yeah, look at Akash. I love him. He's so talented. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
So fucking
Our goal is to make Akash's wife the biggest TikTok star.
She's so hot.
TikTok. Yeah. And she's beautiful. She's great. But my goal is to remove all the leverage he has in his relationship.
That's so
So
funny.
if she's making way more money.
Is she in the business or no?
No, she's just on TikTok, but we're trying to make her a TikTok superstar.
What's her TikTok?
Jasleen with it.
Yeah. What's her
Let's
TikTok?
promote her
Jasleen with it. She's on TikTok.
Jasleen with it.
Jasleen with it.
TikTok.
Yeah,
Let's see what
that's it.
There it is. Jasleen with it.
Yeah.
There we go.
And how many subscribers is she?
Oh, by the way, note the change. Note the change in name, username. Her name at one point on fucking TikTok was Jasleen with it. Now her name, I think, is Jasleen Singh. So she's adopting, or taking on Akash Singh's surname, obviously. But she's branding herself a certain way online. She's done a better way. She's actually done a better job of branding herself than I have, right? But she's not Jasleen with it anymore. She wants to be known as Jasleen Singh. Akash Singh's wife. She made a clever little branding move there and edit, huh?
She have?
I mean, there we go. There she is.
Yeah, there she is. Wow.
How are you guys doing? I'm here on Valentine's Day.
I wonder if people will be more understanding of her if she spoke like that, by the way. I wonder if people would be more forgiving. I think she actually sounded like that. She'd be funnier anyway. She'd have just better humor, sense of humor. But I wonder if people would be a lot more forgiving if she did sound the way Andrew said. That's a fucking brilliant impression, by the way. Big up Andrew Zantino. He's really good at impressions, I'm not gonna lie. Or accents.
Jasleen with it.
Yeah.
There we go.
And how many subscribers does she have?
I mean, there we go. There she is.
Yeah, there she is. Wow.
How are you guys doing? I'm here on Valentine's Day.
Get on.
The second I said it, I was like, this is a horrible idea. Jasleen, I'm trying to build you up, okay?
So are we.
We're trying to build you up.
So are we.
All the bad friends following Jasleen on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wow.
Let me get ready for my first Rolex. Have you guys ever had Lucky Charms in the morning, man? I'm getting a charm on my wrist.
Okay.
Rolex, man.
Talk about Akash.
No, it's the same accent.
All right. So
She is beautiful.
let's follow
Akash,
her, everybody.
and Akash, we love you, man.
We love you.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant. Big up Uche. That's fucking brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. Get ready with me. In that accent is fucking brilliant. Oh my god.
In the meantime, because his wife or girlfriend at the time kept spending all his money, he didn't have any savings and he couldn't afford his apartment and he went broke. She claims she stuck with him through all this, but she has a different story, of course, and hers sounds much more believable. Because it just sounds like Akash is doing whatever he can to defend her and make it seem like she's not a gold digger. So of course he's going to exaggerate and embellish this story. I mean, when he starts this, he even says he's never told his wife this story and she has no idea about it, which is really strange because it's about her. So I don't know how she wouldn't be aware of it if she lived it. And Akash just makes it seem like is this rags to riches story and his girlfriend was always by his side.
And there's this other story, and there's another clip too where he literally tells the story right in front of her in their own home. So it's like, come on.
And she was with him through thick and thin.
But I can't lie, I got duped the first time I heard it. So I can't act like I knew what was going on. It was a lie. I didn't. When I first heard that clip, I did believe the narrative he was trying to spin, the tale he was trying to spin.
In reality, when they met, he was doing all right for himself. He was making good money. He was on TV. And then he had one bad year where he didn't bring in much money and she freaked out and left.
These narratives, people calling your wife a gold digger and a whore and all these other things, it's a shitty thing. So I'm going to tell one story that I have never even told her. Honestly, she has no idea of this story. My wife and I met in 2014. I was not making much money. I was getting $25 a night doing stand-up. I was on MTV.
Big up a disease. Disease. The stream chat. That's what I say to AZ at the start of every stream. A lot bulkier and buff. What percentage body fat? How much oil? Is it olive oil or Vaseline oil? Oh, fucking the sodas. You're a low joker.
Shows that pay dog shit money. If she was a gold digger, then I didn't even have 10 to get the bitch, to be honest. But then in 2018, I went flat fucking broke. 34 years old, I probably made $4,000 that entire year. And we couldn't even afford the living room we lived in New York City. We had to move out of that apartment and move to New Jersey. And what's even sadder than moving to New Jersey is I had to save up money to move to New Jersey. So we had to stay on her friend's couch for almost a month. We were basically homeless for a month. So I could save money to move to New Jersey. And I remember the night before we went to the couch, we had to stay in our apartment illegally. We were supposed to have been out by like 12 p.m. We moved everything out, but we didn't have a place to stay, so we had to stay there that night. It was just me and her sleeping on a hardwood floor. I'm 34 years old. She's 25 years old. I'm looking at this girl like, man, you could go be with an Indian who's a doctor, like a real Indian. You're a beautiful girl. You have so much ahead of you. Me, I don't know what my life is going to be. I'm 34. I'm fucking broke. This dream might not ever happen, but I'm too fucking moronic to quit. And I have nothing to give her. It's just a light jacket. It's like October. We have nothing. So I hand her the jacket, and then she said, what's this for? I said, you can use that as a pillow. And then she goes, well, what are you going to use? And I said, I'll figure it out. She handed me back the jacket. She goes, you take this. And then she laid with her head on my chest and her arm around me the entire night. And I remember thinking in that moment, this is why I haven't shared this with her, because I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to marry this girl because I'm so broke and I'm in such a bad place and it's a dark fucking time in my life. But I know I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever again. And I will never find a girl who loves me this hard ever again.
So he's trying so hard to make it seem like it's this wholesome story and she stuck by him the whole time. She saw the potential in him when no one else did. But it turns out, according to her, when the money dried up, it caused a ton of fights. She got really stressed out about it, and she had a giant fight with his mom and then left to India.
Yo, big up, what's that? Big up B Muller in the chat. What a fool believes he sees, what seems to be is always better than nothing at all. Exactamento.
And then it sounds like once Flagrant started a Patreon and Akash started making money again, Akash went...
What's this? This is the quote, or somebody on the Reddit, right? No, by the time he visited India, the podcast was already making money. She broke up with him when he went broke. A few months later, when the podcast started making money again, that's when she came back. He says in another podcast that she wasn't pleasant during that time. He accepts that she was bitchy, passive-aggressive, and fought with his mum. Wow. She beefed your mum and you married her. She beefed your mum and you married her. That's a choice. Like, and all Akash has, they slept together on a wooden floor. Like, what was she gonna do? Just walk away in the middle of the night? This guy's playing mind games on himself. She dumped him when he was at his lowest. Probably for the better too. He could focus on getting the podcast and his life back together because this succubus left him.
Run into India to simp for her again. So at his lowest point, she just made his life even more stressful and then left him.
Had like 7 MTV shows. I wasn't making crazy money. I was making like low 6 figures. But my girlfriend at the time, she moved into our place, and then all of a sudden, end of 2017, all the shows started suddenly getting canceled one by one. I'm going broke. So 2018, we're doing Flagrant. My wife, financially anxious person, is like, what is going on? Like, we're talking about getting married? Is this what it's going to be? I don't have an answer for it.
Also, if you're getting out of the mud and you're hustling, low 6 figures for most people will be enough to hold both people down, or maybe just to kind of, just keep the lights on. I don't understand this. Like, she's the one that's making him feel like low 6 figures is like broke boy money, innit? When it's not really, Like, she's the one making him feel like he's not making enough. He needs to make more. It's like, how much more? Like, fucking hell.
For her, I'm like, this flagrant thing, I think. I believe in this. I believe in this. Then I start wondering, like, am I just saying that because that's all I have left?
Yeah.
And then luckily we started the Patreon because I went so broke we had to. No, Andrew was doing great. Andrew was starting to blow up, to be honest with you. His
started to dry up. He was kind of aging out of the MTV bracket, and he wasn't really getting any attention from the industry. So he was pretty much losing all his income. And at the same time, I was working a really toxic job with like a toxic manager and like working till 2 in the morning. And it just caused a lot of stress on our relationship. Everything came to a head when my mother-in-law came to visit us. And I was being very distant because of everything we were going through. Akash was very stressed, and I think she kind of internalized it like that I was being bitchy towards her or passive aggressive towards her. It was a huge fight between all of us. Basically, Akash did not defend me, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I can be in a relationship with this person anymore.
So after this,
Or could you also imagine Akash should be Akash had to pick the lesser of the two evils, isn't it? If he goes against his wife, if he defends his wife to his mum, he's cut off from the family bank account, right? Cut off completely, never to be seen again. You know. But if he goes against his wife, she leaves. But then she's also, you know, she seems like a little bit of a money hungry person, so she was always gonna come back. Do you know what I mean? Once the fucking thing went where it went. But Jesus Christ, bro.
Both took a much needed break, and we just needed time to reflect on our own outside of the relationship. I took a trip to India with my mom for my cousin's wedding. Akash needed to find his voice within the relationship and find his voice between his mom and me.
Finally, a couple months later, I just had this epiphany. We were still getting in fights, but Akash went on his own trip to India, and my Nana Ji was sick in the hospital.
This is not normal, man. Fighting, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little bit of a passive guy, too much of a chill guy, too much of an amazing guy, a handsome guy, a tall guy, a strong guy, a fast guy, a powerful guy. I just can't deal with all the arguing. I've never been that guy. As soon as I feel like there's drama on the horizon, as soon as I feel like there's headaches incoming, tornadoes approaching, I'm out. I'm out. I can count maybe on one finger the relationships I've been in where I've argued back. I don't do it, bro. I'm not shouting. I'm not getting in a cussing match with a girl because she's going to obviously rip me to pieces. Girls are way better than cussing than guys are anyway. I can't tell her to shut up really, because if I want to tell her to shut up, I'm going to have to do something that Mike Tyson did, and I'm not going to do that. So I just walk away. And also I just feel like I'm just not a very argumentative person. I just feel like if you're in love with somebody truly and you connect, you can have disagreements and you can maybe have fallings out in a way, but I don't agree with these like arguments because this lady, we don't know much about her, right? I don't know her personally, but this lady doesn't seem like she has disagreements. She has shouting matches. They're going back and forth. She's saying hurtful things. He's saying hurtful things. I just don't see that as a good way to be in a relationship. You know, like I just don't, especially in the beginning. Especially in the beginning. If you're like a grumpy old couple that just bickers, right? There's that one couple that go viral all the time on social that kind of bicker back and forth. They got a really cute relationship where they kind of banter each other, rip each other to pieces. That's kind of funny. But I think when you're young, as they are in your relationship, in your marriage, and you're arguing to the point where you both, one has to go to therapy, one has to go backpacking through India to find themselves. Yeah, that's intense. Those are intense arguments. That's too much, man. I'd rather just get a dog, get a cat. You don't need this as a headache.
He flew out of his way to go see him in Punjab. I woke up the next day seeing pictures of him, my Masi, and my Nana Ji, and I just I had this moment where I was like, okay, I know he's the right one. We're gonna make it through this.
And I guess she had a job at the time, so she could have kept working. They could have tried to save some money and just have been more frugal. You know, like if she's really as loyal and supportive as he says, she could have tried to hold down the fort till he got back on his feet. I mean, I'm sure he's still doing stand-up every night. It sounds like he's a hard worker.
Anyway, that's mostly it. But yeah, I don't know. Low six figures, and he was stressing. Yo, this woman ain't shit in it. Akash was making low six figures, and this woman had him stressing. It wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. It's not enough. She had him not like he was making like 20 grand. Like he was making low six figures, and she had him. I don't even know what the term low six figures even means. Anyway. That's kind of disrespectful too. That's almost a little bit entitled. What's a low six figure? 100 grand. Most people never make 100 grand in their lifetime. This is like what? Fucking hell, the entitlement, man. The greed. Anyway, enough about her, man.